Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in one more week to DHAJJE'S Dynamic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I have a very special guest who will introduce himself very soon. But before we get into this, I just want to say thank you guys for the continued support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, owing to the fact that this was done on Instagram, and I know a few of you wanted to participate, but the time already went. So just take the time out right now to go over to my Instagram and follow, so that when I have a segment like this once more, you'll be able to participate. So today I have my dad, as I said, and you'll be hearing his advice on a few questions that you guys had. I posted a poll on my Instagram to ask you guys to send just a few questions that you'd have for either your father or a father figure in your life that you kind of fear asking them, or you guys just don't have that relationship to go ahead and ask them those questions. So I'll be asking them to my dad, who is about to go ahead and introduce himself.
Hi, pleasant afternoon to you. My name is Delroy Pattison, the loved father of Deidre and Pattison.
All right, so the poll on Instagram I posted stated that you guys should send me some questions that you'd ask your father, but you're afraid to, or topics that you'd like to discuss with a father figure in your life to get his advice but fear judgment, or you guys simply don't have a solid relationship to have these types of discussion. And y'all did not hold back. So let's get right into this video. Right. So the first question we have is by a female, and she asks, are you pleased with the life you lived? Have you ever been to a strip club? LOL.
Indeed, I am very pleased with the life that I have lived. I have brought up within a firm family, mother and father, and of such they have brought me up to the standard of which I'm pleased that I'm living as we speak. In reference to the second half of the question, if I've ever been to a strip club, in my youthful days, I've visited once, and it was great.
All right, so another female asked, why did you not show me how to do manly things? Example, change a car tire.
As a father or as a parent, owing to the fact of how we were trained, males would do the things that seem more masculine, and ladies would do the things, or girls would do the things that seems more feminine. In-house and outdoors, mainly the boys. That's the reason why I did not. Okay.
All right, so a male asked, how did you treat women when you were my age?
How did I treat women at my daughter's age presently? Owing to the fact of how I was brought up in respecting women, I in return offer the same respect to every woman that have come into my path. And as such, I would instruct or encourage anyone to treat a woman with high respect and regards.
All right, so another question had said how, and this came from a female, how he thinks a man is supposed to treat a woman, which you just answered. But they went on to say, and views on love. So what are your views on love?
My views on love came from my early up within my parents. They were Christians, and they brought us up in a loving home. The Bible speaks of love, and love is very wide. But when it comes to love, I believe love is holistic. Love is kind, love is pure, love is gentle, love is honest. And of such, I practice those.
Female asked, I'm curious as to why most fathers believe that it is acceptable to be absent from their children's life. Why do you think that some men are absent from their children's life, or choose to be absent from their lives?
I believe, even though it is wrong, why some men choose to be absent from their children's life. If you are not sure, if you're with a woman that there's a lot of insecurity exists, if she comes forward and says she's pregnant, with you feeling so insecure and not sure of the strength of the relationship, it will question your assurance to say, am I the father? Am I not? And because of some of us who has very low and negative self-esteem, we choose to link to the negative because we are not sure. Speaking with a lot of friends that I have had or come across, many of them believe, one, me not take care of no people. Me want to live my life, me a star boy. While others will say, this woman has been unfaithful. While some will also say, I have no money. And I feel so embarrassed. And as they read the Bible, and the Bible tells them that if you cannot provide for your family, you're like an infidel. So some of my friends always say that. But I believe strongly that despite all those facts, you should be actively involved as a father in your children's life. Also, some of my friends believe that they are infertile. They are not able to impregnate a woman. And when they were told that their women are pregnant, knowing their doubts of their infertility, then they decided not to play their part.
Even though they know say I feel pity, they still not take care of it.
Because of how they're negative. Remember, me speak of those who are positive and negative. Alright, go again.
Alright, so Daddy, even though you have those type of friends, and yeah, you said some people are insecure or whatever it may be, what are your views on the men who knows that it's their child, however, they still refuse to take care of that child?
My views on those men, they are worthless men. They are indeed worthless men, and they are not fulfilling their role. And indeed, only a worthless man would knows that a child is his and choose not to play their part in their lives.
List the top 5 things that you look for in a partner.
The 5 things that I look forward for in a partner. 1, her appearance speaks a lot. First impression lasts. After seeing her, secondly, I look at her level of communication, how well she communicates. I look at her body language. Whatever her body language say, I will clearly understand it. She has to be trustworthy. She has to be someone who has integrity. And finally, she must be someone who possesses the quality to love.
Alright, so bouncing off that, someone asked, well, a female asked, what type of man does your daughter deserve?
I strongly believe that with the core values that has been instilled in her, she deserves a good man, a good Jamaican man, a good American man, and you name whatever country. Is that I'm expecting that the good man will possess so that it will enhance her life is 1, that man ought to be a man who feared God, because she was brought up under that umbrella. That man also has to possess good quality, manly qualities. He has to be very positive minded. There will be a little sense of negativity because both goes together, but that person must be positive. Positive how? He has to be positive in the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he does things. And he must indeed present high level of respect, because my daughter deserves a man that has indeed high respect for her.
A female asked, does he want to know, do you want to know, when a daughter becomes sexually active? Or do you think fathers want to know when their daughters become sexually active?
Depends on which one.
I believe fathers do not need to know, and I don't want to know, because I have grown my daughter in a way in which she will prioritize what is most important for her, when, where, and how. What I will do, I will guide her as she has been guided through the course of her bringing up when, where, and how. And as of such, I will respect the fact when she decided to give to someone her dignity. I will respect her because I know indeed she is a respectful woman and she will give it to a respectful man.
All right, so another female asks, how would you feel if I was pregnant right now? So I guess, how would you feel if DHAJJE'S is pregnant right now?
I would be truly happy to know that my daughter is fertile, and if she conceives, I will have to love and respect her at the moment, even though her career is of utmost importance. I would be happy knowing that she is fertile.
And how did you find out mommy was pregnant? And with me, when, where, and what was your reaction like?
I felt really good when I found out my wife was pregnant with this child. I didn't know it was a girl until in the latter, but she was doing classes and there were some early signs, feeling sick, spitting, and all of such. And when we became curious, we went to the doctor. And when we were told that she's expecting our second child, I was so happy. Most of all, to know again, I was able to get my wife pregnant again. When I found out it was a girl, I was more ecstatic, knowing that a beautiful daughter of which I dreamt of is coming into this world.
All right, so a female asks, how would you feel if I tell you I'm in love with a girl?
Well, if my daughter says to me, Daddy, I'm in love with a girl, wow, I would walk her back to the core principles and guidance of how she was brought up. But nevertheless, I would respect her sexuality and her sexual preferences. I would not be the father to say no or to say yes. Because I have guided her in the way in which she ought to, I will then have to show her the respect of her sexual preferences.
Really?
Yes, and that is the truth.
So a next female asked, how do you know when having sex is the right next step?
From personal experience, I believe when I would see or feel as if it's the right time is when my body says yes, when my body connects. Because if I'm going to be honest in all other facets, when it's time for sex, I must be honest and say, yes, now is the right time. So until that time comes where I'm fully comfortable with my partner and I'm going to be honest in every other area, now I'm going to be honest with this sexual time, because many of us as men, we always want to, and the lady does not. The lady wants you to do everything, treat her the best way, give her all that you have, and find it very hard to give us that one thing that will cement and seal the relationship. So I believe anytime the body connects and says yes, we ought to respect that and do as the body asks of you to.
All right, so the last question is, what is your advice for someone who has never had a dad or father figure? How can that person know the true love of a man?
For you to identify a man or a true man, you have reached an age wherewith you can read or understand to a level. And as such, I would advise you to, one, go on the internet. Get some information on qualities of a good man. There are other libraries online where you can go and search. Also, one of the greatest literature, which is the Bible, that speaks of the quality of a man. If you read these, and I would also advise that you also look at your television, listen to news, read the paper. And in doing so, it will open your mind, open your mental capacity to understand and to identify qualities. And when you do identify these qualities, you then have these qualities to measure whoever comes close to you. You would say, okay, he seems respectful. He carries himself well. He dresses like a man. He speaks like a man. He operates like a man. And he gives you regards and respect. I believe these are some of the areas, these are some of the things that you can look forward to see these qualities, because you will not be able to identify all the niceties within a man. No, it's over a period of time. But there are some integral pointers that you have to look for. His level of respectfulness, his manly attributes, the way he conducts himself, all of that. These are some of the first things that you have to look forward for. And reading these tabloids, going online, reading the Bible, you can find how to identify the good quality of a man.
All right, so say a man comes along and he embodies all these attributes, right? I guess the person is asking, how do you know that this person truly loves you? Like, you like what you see, you appreciate what you see, they embody everything that you think a good man should have after reading all these literature and stuff. How do you know that it's true love?
Knowledge that may or may not work. You're driving past this mango tree, this Julie mango tree. There are green mangoes, there are small mangoes, there are big mangoes. And there are some mangoes that shows red and yellow. And there's some that shows pure yellow. Even though the sign of ripening is yellow, you will not know if that mango is ripe until you pick it. When you pick it and you have it in your hand, there are some indications to show whether the mango is ripe. It will feel soft or a little bit hard. But even so, you will not know what the quality of the mango is, because under all of this yellow skin, feeling nice, worm may be on the inside eating around the seed of that mango. How will you know that that mango is good? You have to gently first, you washed it, you peeled it, you cut it, and when you cut it, you take small pieces before you reach further down. When you identify this person, it's a process. It takes time. My great singer says, take time to know her. It's not an overnight thing. Take time to know her. Please don't rush into this thing. I would tell you the same thing. Take time to know him, because it is a process. And after you get to really know him, you will not be making a mistake giving yourself to this person who has all these qualities and you have seen them. And because you see it, you have given yourself to them. And if they fail you, it doesn't mean that you have failed. They are the ones who have failed and not you. Keep holding on to these principles and qualities. You may win some and you may lose some. She can know now, Nadine. She reach a stage where she only can read. Yes, she will have to read, listen, and understand. There's no other way, because you can't inject it in her, What will teach her now is by what she sees, what she hears, or what her peers say to her. Once you reach a certain age, the only way you will know, you reach a stage where it's no experience. And when you experience and fail, it doesn't mean that you have failed, And as I said it's they who have failed, but you are still who you are, because they fail in what they profess, and you are showing the true you, but they are impersonators. They are not real. And because of such, you have to keep focused. You have to keep doing what you're doing, because one day you will make it right. You will hit the job.
Okay guys, so that's all the questions that you guys have sent in and you guys have heard. That is advice. If there are any other questions that you have, please feel free to put them down in the comment section, and he will be on the there looking to answer any questions that you guys might have, any follow-ups from any other questions that we answered here. So Daddy, do you have any closing remarks?
Yes, I do. I have a closing remark that comes with 3 phases. 1, surround yourself with people that when you walk into their space, their eyes are lit up. 2, slow is the fastest way to take you where you should be. And 3, at the top of a mountain is the beginning of the other. Keep climbing.
Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. As I said, if you have any more questions, drop it down in the comment section so Daddy can respond.
Thank you guys for listening, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this station. We greatly appreciate that.
Alright guys, see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful night, morning, evening, any time of day that you're watching this. Thank you guys so much for the support, and as I said, see you in the next video. Stay safe.